You want to start playing the recorder, but aren't sure which instrument is the right one for you? Hi, I'm Vera, and in this video you will learn everything you need to know to make the perfect choice. First, it's important to know who the recorder is for. If children are starting, it's usually a good idea to begin with a soprano recorder. If you are starting as an adult, you might also consider starting with an alto recorder if the soprano recorder sounds too shrill for you, since you have larger hands than children. However, you can rarely go wrong with the soprano recorder. The second thing you need to consider is the fingering system. There are two types, Baroque and German fingering. Today we usually use the Baroque fingering system. However, it's best to discuss this with your future teacher to make sure you don't make the wrong purchase. And there's another mistake you can make when buying a recorder. Some recorders come in two different tunings, 440 to 442 Hz and 415 Hz. For beginners, you usually choose 440 to 442 Hz. 415 Hz tuning is a historical pitch mainly used by professionals, so be sure to pay attention to this as well. I am often asked whether a recorder should be made of wood or plastic. In general, wood is preferable because it gives significantly more tonal possibilities and often responds better to both high and low notes. It sounds richer and more pleasant. And always remember, the joy of playing an instrument always has an impact on your motivation to play. However, there are scenarios where I recommend a plastic recorder. For example, if a small child drops it over and over again. With a plastic recorder, that's not a big deal, whereas a wooden one can quickly get dents and cracks. Plastic recorders are also easier to clean. And for those who can't decide, there's also a combination of wood and plastic. If you have decided on a wooden recorder, the next question is which type of wood is best. Generally, the more expensive the wood, the richer the sound of the recorder. European woods like pear, plum and maple usually produce a soft, warm tone, while exotic hardwoods such as grenadilla or rosewood have a brilliant bright sound with more overtones. The weight of the wood also varies. If you prefer a lighter instrument, softer woods are the right choice. Ultimately, the decision comes down to personal preference and budget. As you can see, there are recorders with 2 parts and those with 3 parts. Personally, I prefer 3-part recorders because they can be better adjusted to individual hand shapes. If you have a short pinky finger, you can turn the foot joint slightly to the right. If it's longer, you can turn it slightly to the left. With 2-part recorders, this adjustment isn't possible, but most recorders still fit the hands quite well. Now you already know quite a bit about the recorder construction, but you still don't know which recorder is the right one for you. It's a good idea to try out several recorders and test their sound and response across different registers. And here too, it can sometimes be good to ask your teacher for his or her opinion and pick out the instrument together. In the end, you should trust your gut feeling and choose the instrument that feels best for you. I hope this video was helpful and that you have a better idea of what to consider when buying your recorder. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.